Good afternoon. Today is the 4th of January and welcome to an extremely wet Hampshire. It's time for yet another not particularly interesting, very vague and probably quite boring vlog. So, in very vague vlog number 76, yes, I had to look that up myself as well, I recorded a video which was about this time of year, speaking about the cars that I really wanted to film in 2023. I have to say that despite the appeal out for people to provide these particular cars for the channel, it wasn't a very successful one. I actually only managed to film one type of car on the list, and that was a Volvo 440 or 460. Actually, I filmed both because I owned a 460, but I got offered the 440 before I bought the 460, which is mad. But I managed to film both of them. But they both filmed actually in April 2023, so that was good. But we have quite a large list of other cars that I will repeat for you because I don't think a lot of you would have seen necessarily that. I'm very blessed in that we're almost on 10,000 subscribers, and there is a 10,000 subscriber special coming on the channel, by the way. It was filmed in November, it's all ready to go. Some of you who are channel members actually would have already seen it, and you know, if you are a channel member on the Seat Toledo tier and above, then you get to see these very vague vlogs a number of weeks in advance of when they're filmed, but don't feel under the obligation to actually you know, sign up for that reason, but rather you just enjoyed the videos, liked them, and left a comment below. Nice comments, much appreciated. Other ones maybe not so much. So yeah, that was one of the cars on the list. I'll go through the rest of them. I've actually did a couple more to the list since last year. One of them I really want to do is a Mark II Kia Rio. I've actually driven one of these quite recently when I was on the hunt for a client fairly recently. I actually drove one, although the client didn't choose that particular car. And I have driven them before. I've driven a manual one and an automatic one now, but you can't really film an episode of No Budget Reviews when you're actually on a job for a client. It's not very professional if you do that, and also the people who are selling them don't really appreciate it. So yeah, Mark II Kia Rio is the one that I would like to do. The one I prefer is maybe a 1.6, but most of them in this country are 1.4s. The Mark I Kia Rio I've done on No Budget Reviews. The Mark III Kia Rio I've done on Sensible Secondhand Reviews. In fact, it was the very first episode of Sensible Secondhand Reviews. It's not a very good episode really, because it just didn't come out very well really. It really is a little bit poor. I should have maybe thought a bit more about making that a little bit better back in the day, but never mind. I've also done a Mark IV. In fact, I filmed the Mark IV that I sourced for a client in 2021 on Tweed Jacket Reviews. I actually filmed the car I saw, so I don't often do that, sometimes I do. But the Mark II I'm after, it would be a classic No Budget Reviews episode if I were able to get hold of one of those. So, like with all of these cars, or anything else that you might have, my email address appeared at the beginning of the video, and it will appear down in the video description as well. I said this in the channel update, which was released on the 3rd of January, and I'll say it again. You know, a lot of people just assume that I don't want to film a certain car because of the preferences that they believe that I have, but I will actually filmed quite a lot of stuff. There is one particular thing I will say, and everybody who has watched the channel for a while will know this: we don't talk about diesels on this channel, and that's pretty much it. We're bringing back Tweed Jacket Reviews quite soon because we've had a number of people offer me cars of higher value than we could squeeze into Sensible Secondhand Reviews or classics. And contingency reviews are sometimes used. I think I tend to use them these days for more modern cars, sometimes brand new cars, and they seem to do very well based on the experience of last year. But the most popular video on the entire channel in 2023 was a 2022 Renault Capture. So those of you who say, oh, I don't want to see modern cars on the channel, I'm not interested, the statistics that I have suggest to me that that is not necessarily true. If you don't want to watch that stuff, then don't watch it, simple as that. But it just seems that other people want to, so we will put them on the channel. The next car that I'm really after though is the Chevrolet Epica, and this is quite a big ask actually, because they were only sold in this country for maybe 18 months. It was 2008 and 9 only, and most of them had engines we don't talk about on the channel. So ideally I want one with the straight 6 Porsche design engine in it, but that might be a bit of an arse. But anything like that, weird old Deus and the old Chevys. I haven't even got a Chevy Matiz on the channel yet. I wanted to get one of those on there for a while, I just haven't managed it. So it's amazing the gaps that I have. And one of the gaps that I have is a Astra G, an early 2000s Vauxhall Astra. They were launched in '98, but a lot of them from the early 2000s. The Astra G, or the Mark IV is often known. I've never been able to get one of those on the channel. I've seen them, but I've never been able to get one on the channel. Isn't that strange? You would have thought that'd be easy. I've had about 3 Ford Focuses from that era. They were the same production line pretty much as the Astra G, but I've never had an Astra G. I don't know why. So if you've got one of those, please let me know. And a Chevrolet Epica. Standard way, send me an email please. Then next one, this is one from 2023. Actually this goes way back, it goes to back in 2019. I wanted to get hold of a Volvo 360, preferably a facelifted one, or maybe a high-spec post-facelift 340. We're talking about a 1986 facelift here. I just have never been able to get hold of one. You'd think in the Volvo Owners Club it would be pretty easy to get hold of something like this, but no, I don't know anybody in the club myself who owns one. I've seen them around. There was a beautiful 360 GT at the event in Alton that I attended. I think it was in October I saw that. It was absolutely beautiful. It was a 3-door, and it was really, really nice. But again, I just haven't been able to get hold of one of those for reasons I don't know. Years ago I was offered one, but I lost touch with the person who actually owned it, which was a shame. But there we go. So if anybody has one of those, I'm really looking for a sort of 1985 car or later for that particular one, because the early ones have been covered quite extensively by other channels, but I really like these later ones. The next one is the Suzuki Kizashi, which is a car that this year's featured on the High Peak Autos channel. Once again, like the Chevrolet Epica, they were only sold for a really short space of time in this country. We're talking about 2 years, I think it's 2011 or 2012 or 2013. They were absolute sort of self-exhaust for Suzuki. I don't even know why they even actually sold them over here. It was very strange, but they did, and I'd really want to build one. There's only one specification for a Kizashi. They're all called sport in this country, with a 2.4 petrol engine, CVT gearbox and 4-wheel drive. They're all the same. So, any of those would be lovely. The next one, and I've forgotten about this completely, is the Hyundai Accent Mark II or Mark III, preferably both. I did a Mark I Accent on the channel in 2022, and I want to drive more of them. The Mark III in particular is really strange because it was marketed from about 2005 or 6 to about 2008, and in its early stages there was only, I think, 3-door body style ever available in this country. I think it was only available in 2 trims. All of them were 1.4 to 1.6, I think. I can't remember the engine they actually came over, only one engine. And it was like a bit like a cuckoo in a nest. It was just a stopgap model between the end of the Mark II Accent and the i30, which actually overlapped a bit briefly. I'm really fascinated by those. I don't know why, but it's just a sort of thing that links the past of Hyundai to its present, more normal car rather than being a bit weird. The last one is a Chrysler Sebring. Now these were available in this country, I think, with 2 litre, a 2.4 and a V6 petrol engine. There's also another version which I drove many years ago, but I can't talk about it on the channel. Dodge engine would be fine as well. They were cars, again, not sold very long. I think it's 2007 to 2009. Not very successful, but I'm just intrigued by them. I don't know why. It's probably because I drove one as a courtesy car many years ago in 2009 when the Rover 45 I owned at the time. Yes, I owned 2 of those. Was being worked on. I got a private Sebring as a courtesy car, and ever since then I've been fascinated by who on earth would be buying something like that. I don't really know. I'm not sure that the price in the UK really knew either. So that's it. There's some cars that I would like to film at some point this year on the channel. It's a bit of a strange list, but then again I have strange tastes. So thank you ever so much indeed once again for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like this video, comment below, and we shall see you again soon for more incredibly vague and bizarre music.